Hey everyone, just joining you today from the deep south of Canada here in Windsor, Ontario. Spring has definitely sprung here in Windsor. You can feel it in the air. Buds are starting to show up on the trees. Ice is cleared out from the river. We had more ice this winter than usual. You can kind of see the Detroit skyline behind me. To our left here is Belle Isle, which is on the US side of the border. And yeah, as a youngster, I actually did a couple time trials when I was into road racing back in the day over on Belle Isle. So cool spot for me, a great spot to go for a bike ride as well. Apparently when the Gordie Howe Bridge is open this fall, there will be routes to go over from the bridge to Belle Isle and whatnot. So it should be really good. Open up a lot of riding here in Windsor for us Windsorites. So looking forward to that. All right, so what we're out here today to talk about is my new panniers from Arkel. As many of you know that watch the channel, I recently started an affiliation with Arkel with the hopes that it will lead to a brand ambassadorship. But in the meantime, they reached out to me, gave me some affiliate links, have been really great with me, really great to work with, very easy to get answers from quickly and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to this partnership with Arkel. So as I said, I came out today to talk about my Arkel panniers, the Orca 35s. My initial thoughts on them, I've only used them for a little commuting and whatnot so far. So here's my initial thoughts on them, what I think about them, and my thoughts of what I expect going forward from them. Okay guys, like I said, today we're out here to talk about my new Arkel Orca 35 rear panniers. Anybody watching that has gone out and bought any Ortlieb bags based on my recommendations, I still fully endorse the Ortlieb stuff. But as many of you know, I recently started an affiliation with Arkel, a wonderful Canadian company, and being from Canada, I just thought it was a great thing to follow, great avenue to pursue, let's just say. So going forward, I'm going to be trying out all their bags. The Ortlieb bags are still working great after 5 years, but it's been 5 years, so why not try something else? I really like the looks of the Orca bags, so after talking to the guys at Arkel, I decided to order them and give them a shot. So the 35 obviously applies to the volume, 17.5 liters each. So they are 100% waterproof. And I got validation from that from my good friend Reinhardt, who has the same bags. He might have a different version, maybe the 25s, I'm not sure. But he's very happy with the cam lock system, which is one of the shining aspects of the Arkel pannier bags. And he's also 100% happy with the waterproofness of them. So the cam lock system is very similar in function to the Ortlieb system, but they do it in their own way, obviously. And the nice thing about the cam lock system from Arkel, it's made out of 6061 aluminum, and it looks very rugged. I've only used them around town a couple times, commuting out today. I've sought out bumps to see, make sure everything was good. The thing I was a little leery about was the attachment system, and really that's just because of using the same system for 5 years with Ortlieb. As you'll see, the Arkels use a system that hooks onto the bottom, so it's just different than the Ortliebs where they use plastic tabs. Out of the box, I had to tension up the bungee cord a bit, but once I did that, the fit is absolutely amazing. The idea with the cam lock system, much like many other pannier bags attachment systems, is it's universal to most racks. So obviously going to be a rack or two out there that it doesn't fit. If you have a rack with oversized tubes, you can get an add-on for an oversized cam lock that will work with oversized tubed racks. So let's talk a little bit about the fabric. Like I said, it's 100% waterproof, welded seams. It's made out of a TPU fabric, which is a thermoplastic polyurethane, very sustainable material, very waterproof, very scratch and abrasion resistant, which is key. Yeah, you try to take care of your panniers, but we're always leaning them up against walls. And then if you do fall, the first thing to take the brunt on a side fall is going to be your rear panniers, just because they're the biggest bags that stick out the furthest, right? So that's a good thing to know, that the fabric, like the Ortliebs, have been absolutely bomb-proof. And Reinhardt took his Arkels across the Great Divide mountain bike route. I think he actually purchased them while he was on the road, actually. So I'm going to be seeing Reinhardt in June. I'm going to actually get him to do, by then I'll have ridden with the bags quite a bit, done a few overnighters and that. But I'm also going to get Reinhardt on video to give his feedback after longer extended use of his bags, which will actually be really helpful and a great thing to going forward. All right, so like I said, as you'll see, the attachment system is very simple. You hook it on the bottom with the hook. Most racks have a spot where you'll be able to do it. Pull up, creating the tension on the bungee cord, and it just hooks onto your your rack rails, and very easy to use, very easy to take off. The thing I do like about the Arkels as opposed to the Ortliebs is it's actually a lot easier to take the bags on and off with your trunk bag in place. I did have a lot of issues with the Ortlieb bags when it came to that. I'd have to take the trunk bag off first, and yeah, it was just a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, as you'll see, they're the same type of bag as the Ortliebs in the closure system. They are a roll down bag, and in my opinion, if you're looking for waterproof, roll down bags are the way to go. For my other bag, zippers are great because I want to get in and out of them fast. But the rear panniers, I'm really not using them a lot throughout the day. Those are for when I get off the bike, my sleeping stuff, my camp kitchen and all that, right? So the main thing is with the roll down bags is that just make sure you get at least one roll. Otherwise, they're not going to be as waterproof. But like I said, roll down, closure, hooks up on the side. It doesn't do exactly the same as the Ortlieb bags, but I really like that. In the future, I'm going to be getting these short little handle clips where you can hook the bag up top like that, and then it's doubles as a handle, but you can also just keep it closed up that way, and it looks like a really good system to use. And I'll let you know how that works out, of course. And then as you can see on the inside in this bag, I've got my sleep setup, my tent bedroom, and it's basically like any other bag. As you'll see, one main compartment, and it has an inner sleeve with a pocket that zips up if you want to keep your wallet or anything important, and then just a main sleeve where you can shove cutting boards and anything like that. Those work well as long as you don't overfill your bag, obviously. And if you're going to, make sure you put what you want in there first, because it's hard to get into those pockets once the bag is loaded. Okay, guys, so I think we're going to wrap it up from here. I just kind of wanted to come out and give you my first thoughts on these new Arkel Orca 35 rear panniers. You're going to hear my thoughts on them throughout the year. I just want to say one thing. While I am affiliated with Arkel, this video is not sponsored. These bags were bought on my own. So going forward, if I do get ambassadorship and I receive any gear that's not paid for and that I'm testing out, I will make full disclosure for that. And I also just want to really make it clear that I would never accept any offer to review or test anything out if I didn't think it was going to be a good product. And if I did test it out and I thought it was not good enough for you guys to use, I will absolutely let you know. So I want to make that clear. This isn't just me trying to push stuff because I'm trying to make money for my channel or anything like that. I will always be fully honest, even if it means that company's not going to want to work with me going forward. And of course, if I see something that I'm not sure about, I'm going to contact Arkel or any other company and ask their thoughts first, because I might be wrong, or they might be like, oh, great, geez, we didn't know that. And that's all part of interacting with somebody, being an affiliate or an ambassador, is working with each other and growing products and growing cycling. So really hoping, fingers crossed, that things just continue to grow with Arkel. Love working with a Canadian company. It really could not make me happier. Family, friends know that I'm very loyal to be Canadian, always have been, and always will be. So I'm looking forward to this relationship really growing. Going forward, I'll be seeing Reinhardt at the BT 700 in mid-June. Like I said, he has the Orca bags in a red color. He used them on most of the Great Divide mountain bike route. I think he bought them while he was riding the route, actually. So when I see him in June, I know Reinhardt, he has his own channel, Ride with Reinhardt, so go check that out. Really good channel. Our videos from the Hasty Highlander are up right now, actually, so if you want to see some of that, go check that out. But I know he'll be happy to give his thoughts on the bags and how they performed. I know he's only had really good things to say about them so far. So like I said, guys, really looking forward to these bags. They're a tiny bit smaller than the Ortliebs, and what I've been trying to do is kind of get my system a little more compact, because some of the trails, a lot of the trail on the Great Divide mountain bike route is going to be really rough. So I just want things to be as compact and nimble as possible. I am going to be getting a new bag for the front rack, the Arkel Burrito bag. Nothing wrong with the Revelate Design Salty Roll I've been using, but with the new Arkel Burrito bag, it's a roll down closure, just like the other panniers, the Arkel panniers. And the reason I want to do that is I want the front bag to be a little more functional. Once I put my tent in the Salty Roll, the Revelate Designs dry bag, it's kind of closed for the day. So I'm going to keep my tent in it, but I also want to be able to throw like my rain jacket, a few other things in there, maybe my solar panel and stuff like that. And that way I can access it throughout the day too. So stay tuned for that. And that will be the final bag I get for my setup for the Great Divide mountain bike route. And then in mid-April, I'm going to ride out to Wheatley Provincial Park. And at that point, I am going to do a complete what's in my bags for the Great Divide mountain bike route going forward. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I believe Wheatley Provincial Park opens April 11th or 12th. And I think I will get out there for that weekend. I'm itching to do it now, but the night temps are still a little cold for me anyway. So stay tuned for that video. And like I said, stay tuned for future videos going forward about my long-term use of the Arkel Orca 35 pannier bags. Anyways, guys, I just want to mention one thing real quick, and I mentioned it in other videos. There's still a few things I do need for the Great Divide mountain bike route. In a past video, I mentioned a few things, and it was pointed out that all of them might not be necessities, and I agree. The drone is not a necessity. New GoPro, not necessarily, but kind of. But the two things that I'm really looking to get is, the first one is that Zoleo GPS satellite device, so that if I do get caught out somewhere and something happens, I can press that SOS button or call for help. The other nice thing about it too is it's a satellite device, so when I'm out of cell reception, I can actually message people, and the plan I would pick comes with 250 SMS messages. So like I said, that's about 250 Canadian, and then you've got to get a 3-month plan with it, and that's going to end up being about, I think, $100. So if anybody would like to help me out with any of that, it would be greatly appreciated. The other thing I'm looking to do is I'm looking to stock up on backpacking meals, like the freeze-dried dehydrated meals. So if anybody would like to help out with that, it would be greatly appreciated too. And I think really the best way to help out with these causes is to buy me a coffee. It's going to be the quickest way it gets to me, other than a direct e-transfer. If you do the buy me a coffee, it just takes 3 business days for it to be transferred to my account, and it would be greatly appreciated, like I mentioned. So anyways, guys, that's what's happening. Links for everything are in the descriptions below, and only 3 months till the BT700. So BT700 gang, I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. Ed's coming from Edmonton, Jacques coming from Quebec, I'm coming from Windsor, Reinhardt's coming from Chaffee's Lock, and Bob's coming all the way from about 7 kilometers away from Waterloo. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. Look forward to seeing the gang, meeting Ed for the first time, shaking his hand for the tent and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, that's what's happening. BT700 in June, Great Divide mountain bike route at the end of July, beginning of August, and absolutely cannot wait for that. It's going to be the adventure of a lifetime, and I can't wait to take you guys along with me. Other than that, guys, I hope you're getting out there and doing something you love, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.